HarperCollins presents A Cover for Murder by Sue Minix. Read by Rebecca Lachance. Chapter 1. The month of January brought out all the many facets of my psyche. The joy of the holiday season was gone, and the bills about to come in. Winter was at its peak, which in the current South Carolina climate meant 30 degrees one day and 60 the next. Still, the gray days outnumbered the sunny ones, and my mood fluctuated accordingly. Bipolar reactions to bipolar weather. As I sat at my desk in the bookstore, beads of sweat trickled down my jawline, and I swiped them away. Whether they came from the unseasonably warm temperatures or the near-zero balance in my bookstore's bank account accusing me from the computer screen, I couldn't tell. I narrowed my eyes, willing a few extra zeros to appear next to those very single digits. I was no stranger to a diet of ramen noodles and PB&J. I was a college graduate, after all. But Ravenous Readers couldn't survive on chicken-seasoned pasta. Christmas had brought plenty of cheer, but sales had plummeted like a cow in a dissipating tornado since the first day of the year. The Jen solved another murder boom, as my manager, Lacey Stanley, a mid-30s mother of two with long brown hair she wore in a ponytail most days, liked to put it, hadn't lasted long enough this time. The stack of unpaid bills grew higher every day, and my desperation flourished along with it. The next payment from the contest the original owner, Aletha Cunningham, had won to open the place was due to arrive next month. We had only 2 more coming after that, though. Then our survival depended solely on us. With a bit of luck, our new online sales plan would generate the boost we needed to make it through. The prospect of someday having to surrender made my stomach churn and bubble like it was filled with swamp water. When Aletha died and left me the store, I had no idea what I was getting into, and pure, unadulterated terror had consumed me. I was a mystery writer, not a business guru. I'd never even worked a real job before. Still hadn't, unless you counted the hour I spent waiting tables in the Dandy Diner last month when they were short-handed. I chose not to, however, since I got fired before that hour was even over. The patrons weren't amused by my juggling act, especially when it involved their food. I ran a hand through my collar-length black hair and glanced at my German shepherd, Savannah, who snoozed in her bed beside my chair. "What do you think, little girl? You think we'll make it?" I asked her, hoping for some reassurance. She opened one eye, thumped her bushy tail twice, and then went back to sleep. I couldn't help but laugh at her nonchalant attitude. She wasn't worrying about it, so I wouldn't either. For now, anyway. Nothing I could do about it, so why waste the energy? I had a limited supply and much more important things to do with it. My current energy supply was earmarked for writing Book 3 in my Davenport Twins Mysteries series. The second book, Twin Terror, wouldn't come out until April, so no way to know how well it would sell. Still, the first one, Double Trouble, was a huge success, so my publisher might make an offer for Book 3 based on that alone. Fingers crossed, my writing would bring in some much-needed income. Eventually. I loaded Chapter 2 onto my laptop and stared at the last paragraph I'd written, hoping my muse would return and my writing career could help save the bookstore. And me. Daniel took a deep breath and shoved second thoughts out of his mind. His twin sister Dana was overreacting. Alpha Phi Alpha was the right fraternity for him, and everything would be fine. He clicked the submit button to send his registration application. Where should I go from here? Dana was the left-brain twin. Logic, rules, and action gave her life meaning, and Daniel, the creative social butterfly, thrived on chaos. One complemented the other, each handling the situations most aligned with their individual skills. However, the boundaries weren't always so clearly defined. Enter the sibling squabble, my favorite scenes to write. Probably because I'd had no siblings of my own to argue with. Before I could decide what to do next, Lacey tapped on the doorframe in her khakis and red Ravenous Readers polo shirt. "Hey, you got a minute?" I closed my laptop and clasped my hands together on the desk. "Sure, what's up?" She brushed the escaped hair from her ponytail away from her eyes and waved me out of my seat. "Come see what I have in mind for expanding the kids section when we get our payment. I think you'll love it." Expanding? That was news to me.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?